Guys, it's Jen here and welcome to Jen's Wild About Art. So today I'm doing a little landscape with rhinoceros in the foreground. So I'm doing a picture of a mum rhinoceros just walking across the savannah with a little baby, and I'm drawing it in with my mechanical pencil as we speak, and I popped a little bubba in on the right hand side of mum, so she's just walking to the front and on her other side, and just got them both in walking positions. And now I'm popping in the trees in the background, so I just get a rough outline of where I want everything to be. So I'm popping the sky in with a little bit of cobalt blue, and then I blot out where I want the clouds, so that literally just lifts the watercolour that I just put on off. And then I am going into the mountains, and I'm made up a purple mix because in the distant background everything sort of greys off and becomes purpley. So I've done that, and then coming forward I've mixed up a green, and I've sort of made that two different greens coming into the foreground and leading up to the rhinos. And then I've mixed quite a rich green with my yellow ochre and ultramarine, and I'm doing the bushes into the foreground with that, and I'll add more detail to those as I go. And I'm using a bit of yellow ochre and a little bit of raw sienna to put the sandy ground underneath both the rhinos. And then I'm going to pop a little bit more brown through these shrubby bushes and trees, because it's not a solid green colour. These bushes are a mixture of browns and greens. And then for the shadows under the rhinos, I've made up a purple, so because a cool shadow. And I just take that sort of in different tones all over the background, just so it sort of brings it all together. Pop a few more details into the little shrubs that are around them. And then I start on the rhinos, and I'm going in with a little bit of raw sienna and a bit of yellow ochre, sort of this very similar colour to the sand on the ground, because they do blend in with their backgrounds. They're quite well camouflaged, believe it or not. So yeah, they match into the country that they live in. So then I've put a bit of a warmer colour over the top, so it's a bit of raw sienna, and I mixed a bit of brown with it. So now I'm getting some caput mortem, and I've added a little bit of Van Dyke brown in with it as well, and I'm just doing up the shadowy areas, just popping these details in underneath and on their legs that are in shadow, and the ears and the bottom of the horns. Just anywhere that's a shadow, I'm popping this caput mortem and a bit of brown mix. So pop that down the leg. So that's a bit of pure caput mortem on the back of the leg. It's a little, you can see it's a purpley tone. It's quite beautiful actually. It's really good to use in pretty much everything that I do. So pop a bit of more of a grey around underneath in the shadow areas. And pop his tail in, it's in shadow. Or her tail in rather, it's in shadow. And now I start popping detail into the little bub. So same, I'm using caput mortem and a bit of brown. And taking that around all the shadow areas on the rhino, baby rhino. And trying to make the shadows quite strong for contrast. So now I'm adding where the highlights are, and I'm using my Pitt pen for this. So I'm just getting any lights that I'd lost. So they've got reflection on the tops of their backs and on their heads. So now I'm just defining their feet and a few shadows around their little bodies. And more, and this is a caput mortem. That was a caput mortem I was using there, and I'm just using a brown now just to bring out browns and greys rather, to bring out the colours on the rhinos, and a few of the wrinkles because they've got wrinkly skin. So I'm picking up a few greys in the bushes just to do their branches and stems and things. Then I go in with a skin tone onto the rhino's leg, and just a Posca pen to highlight the lightest lights, and we're done. So I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. It was a fun little watercolour sketch, and it's nice to use mixed media. I'd love it if you click like and subscribe, and I shall see you guys for the next video. Have an awesome day, and I'll catch you then. Okie doke. Bye.